Thank you so much, man. All right. So without further ado, we are going to unbox this thing that I am super excited about, and this is the T.16000m FCS HOTAS flight control system from Thrustmaster. So I'm really, really excited to do this with you guys. Somebody asked earlier, why this HOTAS? And maybe that question was, why this HOTAS over the X56? Well, I think we always try to be as efficient with our money as possible, right? So, I have a HOTAS over there, an X56. Pricier than this HOTAS over here. I've used the T.16000m Joystick before, and I'm a very big fan of that. And what I always really wanted was to have this with a throttle, and got an idea of what that was like. So at I think it was $130 US. That is a really good price point, I think, for a HOTAS, for someone that's interested in flight sims, like Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen or things like that. Throttles, and it just gives you the immersion and everything, right? Without any more delays, let's start talking about this thing right now. The first thing that I noticed, significantly less weight than the X56 box. So, sort of worried about one thing in particular, is this. How is the pulling up and down of the throttle going to be when sitting on my desk? Is it going to move around? I don't know. So right away, it's light. But that's the same with the T.16000m. You got the sense that of the actual joystick. You got the sense of when it was a little light and you're like, build quality? Maybe not. But overall, my experience with the T.16000m so far was fantastic, and it held up really well. I'm gonna open it, relax, but we gotta look at the box first. So it says that it has target technology, Thrustmaster advanced programming. Now, this is derpy as fuck. I don't know if you can see this, but they took the R in programming and not the P to call it target. Come on, Thrustmaster. Come on. Graphical editor. And they took the E and T in editor for target. Ridiculous. So I basically, what this thing is saying is that this HOTAS is compatible with their pedals and their, like, little screen thing. We got the other side that gives a little bit more info, which says ergonomic trigger, toggle rudder, push mini stick. So they got some things on here, but once we get it open, we'll see a bit more of the buttons and stuff. And they have braille buttons as well. So if you're blind and want to play video games, you know what buttons you're pressing, but you have no idea what you're seeing. But first, okay, so this way is up, I think. No, this way is up. They have the, this is a very weird packing situation on how to open it, because this is the, right here, what I'm holding, this is the throttle. Okay, so we'll look at the throttle first, because this is honestly what I'm most interested in, is the throttle. The T.16000m joystick we've seen before. Not that big of a deal, I don't think, but for the throttle, oh wow. Okay, right away, I think we found our new daily driver, guys. I'm really happy with what I see already, okay? I got tons of buttons, and the first things first, we have a little joystick input right on our index finger on the throttle. Now, with other HOTASes, it's on your thumb, and I don't think I don't like it on my thumb. I really like the idea of it being here so far. Rudders on a rudder type pedal on here, which I think is interesting. And then an up and down switch right here. So your middle finger is an up and down switch. Ring finger and pinky both have buttons to click. And then we have 3 hats, a button on the inside portion. And it's pretty ergonomic. And then similar to the X56, hopefully this is going to be our zoom in and zoom out here. So they feel different, so you know which one you're touching. So four-way hats here, each one. So I'm not exactly sure what I'll keybind these to. This will definitely, but or think about this: boost, afterburner. Pretty cool, right? So right away, yes, Makira, this is exactly what I was about to say, which was instantly made this my daily driver. I barely have to touch it, and it moves. Now, the movement isn't super smooth. There was some rigidness in there. Last time was a lot smoother. But it moves not at all on my desk. Not at all on the table at all. And that is a big issue that I've had with all my joysticks, all my HOTAS setups that I have. Well, my only other HOTAS I have as of right now is the throttle moves on the table. This does not move at all. It has a very... They definitely put some weight into the base. This is metal. I don't know if it's aluminum, but there is weight to the base of this thing. And there is much less weight at the top. So it's very bottom heavy, which is definitely keeping it on the desk. It has nice rubber feet as well. This is amazing for this. Absolutely perfect. Thought out. Great job, Thrustmaster. I am very, very pleased with what I see here already. Very, very pleased. Thank you so much for thinking about that. Right away, what we have here is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this joystick. I think a lot of people are. I'm actually going to get the other T.16000m, show you the differences. They've actually done some changes here. At least visually, there's some changes. Quite a few. It's sleeker looking. The design of the buttons is definitely more, I guess, sexy gamery. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with this specific joystick, but it is both a lefty and a righty joystick. So what I can do is I can pop this off here, and there's some screws there, and I can unscrew them and turn the joystick around completely, and then it becomes a lefty joystick. Amazing. So let me pop this on there. So that's what's great. Now, the only thing is I don't think the throttle is switchable. Are the buttons mushy? What do you mean by mushy? I mean they're tactile. I never really saw the points of the buttons on the actual joystick, unless you're using this by itself. So in a setup like this, where you can set like strafe up, down, left, right, on these buttons, maybe, you know, and you know, throttle on your thumb while you press the buttons and move around. But yeah, like I don't really see the point. Also, something that I've noticed, the base is heavier as well from the original T.16000m, I believe, because it is not moving on my table at all, where my old T.16000m would move all over the place. Here's what a Star Citizen setup would look like, because Star Citizen, you need both a joystick, throttle, mouse, and keyboard. So what I'll do is I'll leave chat up there so you guys can talk, but and say hi YouTube. But you're gonna need something like this, because you're gonna, now remember, my keyboard's a little long. I am going to get a new keyboard because I have no need for the G keys anymore. I did when I didn't have a throttle. I was basically using my extra keys here, which I'll remove that for a second. These extra keys here, there's 18 extra keys on this side. That was what I was using for like strafe and other things. So now that I don't need to do that anymore, I'm probably going to get a different Corsair keyboard. But for the setup that I have currently, let's get this off the table, is something like this, where I have my mouse, my keyboard, my joystick, and my throttle. Now, the big difference with this is that these two things in particular take up significantly less room than the T16 or than the X56. But what functionality that you don't get from that is the X56 has tons of different buttons. So I had landing mode on some buttons. I don't know where I would put landing mode on my throttle, where I had a simple thumb switch that I can touch right here to go down to turn on landing mode, to hold up for actual automatic landing and things like that. So yes, you are losing a little bit of functionality, a little bit of customizability, but I'm getting a throttle that moves nowhere on my desk, that is super smooth, a great value. So again, I do want to say this. I should have prefaced this before. I bought this. I'm not sponsored by Thrustmaster. They didn't give me this. This was 100% out of my doing and what I wanted to do to show you guys. And personally, I'm a big fan of the T.16000m, so I wanted to give it a try myself. Hope you guys like this video. I want to do more of these in the future. And yeah, I guess for the YouTube guys, like and subscribe to the channel, and Twitch guys, you know, throw some emotes in the chat if you like it, some yays or nays if you want to see more stuff like this in the future, and hit that follow button if you guys haven't yet. So thank you so much, everybody. And what I want to do more of is I'm going to do an X56 actual review now that I've been using it, but I need to set it up a little bit more for my liking, and I will do the same thing for this. So for now, I'm probably going to use this as my daily driver because I'm excited about it, and I'll put up a quick review video of this in the very near future, hopefully within a week. I think a week of it will be good. Obviously, won't be able to tell you the build quality of, let's say, the throttle or anything. So we'll see in the future, but I'm a really big fan of it. So yeah, thanks everybody, and I'll see you guys next time. All right.